Gill and I'm going to show you how to make Christmas crackers that can be reused every year, avoiding waste at Christmas. And here is one I made earlier. In your pack you'll find all you need to make 2 Christmas crackers. There's fabric cut to size, thread, pins, needle, ribbon and velcro. Also the instructions, which I advise you reading before you start. You will also need 3 or 4 toilet rolls, which be standard size, some sharp scissors, tape and a thimble if you have one. So with your toilet rolls, if you could mark down the centre, cut a piece off and then cut along the length. This now has to be overlapped by approximately 1 centimetre and taped into place. The idea being that this is slightly smaller than the other half of the Christmas cracker and therefore fits in nicely like so. You'll notice that the fabric in the pack, there's 2 different sizes. This is the reason why. One is to cover the large piece, one for the small piece. You fold both pieces of fabric over, right sides together, and you'll see where the lines are marked along the stitch line where you need to sew. If you have a sewing machine, you can do it on that. If not, straightforward, a run stitch by hand. To help keep the fabric together and enabling you to stitch together, you can use the pins just to keep 2 thickness of the fabric securely in place. Cut a reasonably long length of thread and then 2 ends together and thread your needle with the double thread. I fold over the needle and it gives a harder little loop that you can push through, like so. To start, you could start with knotting your thread at the end, but as you can see I have a little loop here because it's been doubled over, and it's an easy way to secure is just by your first stitch, pull through, and when it comes, your loop comes to the end, just push your needle through it, the way you would put a button through a buttonhole, and that will never come out. So the running stitch is very simple, in and out. The smaller the better, but to be honest it should be fine what I'm doing here. Me being used to it, I'm going in and out numerous times, but you can do 1 stitch at a time if you find it easier, like so. To ensure that the stitch doesn't come unravelled, at the end just stitch over once and then in the same area again it'll leave a loop as it's coming in, and just put your needle through the loop like so. Alternatively, because it's two lengths of thread, you can just tie a knot, and that will help secure it as well. So you have your sleeve here, and this is the stage where you put your cardboard inside your sleeves. Can be a little bit tricky, but if you persevere, you should get there. Just like pulling your socks on in the morning. Gently pushing it in. Now, inside there's a little line marked, which you can see inside here, which is the fold that we intend to fold over and stitch down. So same principle, except the smaller piece obviously goes in the smaller length of fabric and pulls through, and again I have a line marked inside. Get your needles, same as before, use double thread, helps make it secure and less likely snap. So start on the top here, and just to secure your thread so it doesn't pull all the way through. Same as before, I've got a little loop and I'm going to put my needle through the buttonhole idea. Now this is where your thimble comes to use, because it's very stiff, because you're going through fabric, cardboard and fabric again. So you have to just go all the way around here, like so. When you're going downwards, make sure you get this finger out the road, or you might end up stabbing it. The same applies to the second tube. This, however, might be a little bit more loose around the edge. You can use your pins just to keep it in place, like so. I've just pushed it through the fabric and the card, and it makes it just a little bit easier. It won't slip about too much. And just the same principle, same start, and in, out, in, out, in, out, all the way around. We're ready to attach the velcro to the partially covered tubes. Cut your velcro pieces in half, and you can either opt to stitch in, which is a little bit difficult and quite stiff, to try and get your needle through the velcro, the cardboard and the fabric, but it is doable. You can also opt to use a strong glue, or a stapler would also work. So here I am, I'm going to stitch this one through. The velcro, I put little holes in. I'll just try and show you. There's little holes in the velcro which try and get your needles through, make it a little bit easier. But the needles that are in the pack are quite strong, so you should cope with a bit of brute force and a thimble. Just be careful you don't impale your finger on the needle. There we go. So you just in out until you feel it's secure enough to leave alone, and finish off your thread. Reasonably strong hands as well. Alternatively, we'll use the staple method. So the jaggy bit I put in the inside of this one, so the soft fluffy part of the velcro will go on the outside so that it will stick together like so. So stapler through. Oh, it's proving tricky as well. I've done this before. There we go. Now it's time to attach the ribbon to the ends, so just gather up best you can, once, twice round, make sure you've got equal ends, like so. And a pretty bow. Like so. So the ribbon's now attached. All the work's most complete, and attach, as I said before, the seams and the velcro. If you tip them in first and then tuck the rest of your cracker in, and here we go, lovely little Christmas cracker that'll do you for a good few years.